In semester 1 of 2025, we had 20,000 children receive TaRL learning support lessons in basic mathematics or numeracy. And we do an assessment before the program called a baseline assessment and after the program called an inline assessment.
There's a very, very big difference between the learning support programs that we already have in present at the schools. For example, when it comes to TaRL, we first have to diagnose a problem with a certain tool that is set that will enable you as a teacher to find out as to the levels, the different levels that you have with your learners in your class.
Teaching at the right level, when it was introduced to us, it was focusing more on keeping all the learners at the same standard, including those that couldn't at least make it during the normal teaching and learning lessons.
At the baseline assessment, we found that 42% of those 20,000 learners could not do basic addition. Just 2 numbers plus 2 other numbers. They couldn't do that correctly.
The other learning support program that we have, it only tells us that learners actually need learning support, but they don't really show us as to how do I start with the learning support.
By the inline assessment, after just 20 to 30 TaRL learning support lessons, we reduced that number from 42% down to 17%. That is a huge improvement.
Having experienced the very first training as a regional director, I have seen the potential to supplement what we have in our curriculum.
TaRL started in Namibia in 2020, focusing on literacy and numeracy. In February 2025, we received the national endorsement to integrate numeracy only at the senior primary level, and that is our current focus.
Picking up wherever it is.
It is a really well thought out program of step-by-step instruction on how to teach numeracy skills that the learners lack.
It really helps learners to understand mathematical problems, how to solve mathematical problems, instead of simply getting answers without having an understanding of what the question is actually trying to ask.
Simplified so much that a child that even didn't know how to multiply, how to do division, will get to understand it is happening. And the good thing is the manual is there, the content is simplified for you as a teacher.
I'm a secondary school trained teacher, so everything I have learned here has actually opened my eyes, and I plead with all the teachers in the whole country, whether you have done secondary school trained teacher, upper primary or lower primary, you should actually have a chance to go through this TaRL program to be able to actually know what is happening at the grassroots, so that we have an idea of how we can help our learners in our country.
I would recommend it 2,000,000%. Why? Because in 3 days, I have learned so much. When I came to this program, things that I did not really understand for over all those periods of years, ever since as a child, on how to do place value, on how to break down or expand numbers. I got it into 3 days.
Indeed, there is a significant improvement in the grasping of mathematics at basic level.
That's now the feedback that we get from the teachers, feeling that they are confident to teach mathematics the way it's supposed to be taught.
Kunene region has already started implementing last year, and then there is an improvement. We can see that the learners have improved in mathematics, especially in grade 3 and grade 4.
We have some of the youth that were not doing anything in the society, but through TaRL, they are now given skills, and they were also employed, one could say. Remember, we are also addressing the unemployment of our youth. TaRL is a cost-effective program. It's about using what is available.
It has reignited the passion and love for numeracy amongst the learners.
Learners start learning from what they know to what they don't know.
Through TaRL, we have seen kids picking up and are able even to ask a question to the teacher, which hasn't been the case before.
It is needed. I now found strategies that some of them I didn't know.
I can see it really benefits our learners, more especially when it comes to conceptual understanding of mathematics, more especially that I'm coming from the University of Namibia. I would like to see it more implemented from the university level.
Designated time plays an important role in the impact of the program. A good example is Edibori.
We are offering our TaRL right after school, Mondays to Thursdays. Those are now 4 hours per week.
We started making a success out of it.
If you see at their results, you can see the quality symbols have improved and they have dropped down their U levels to a manageable level at the school.
So that's where TaRL is coming in as an intervention. Within 30 lessons fully implemented, you already start to see the progress of the learners.
Data is core to the teaching at the right level approach. We don't just focus on data collection. We really want to drive data usage throughout the entire education system. Together with regional directorates, we keep a live dashboard of both our program implementation data based on school monitoring visits and also the learning gains, the improvement results from the students so that we can drive results together.
Obviously, the way forward is to focus on the expansion. Currently, we are in 7 regions of the country, which means we are half.
I see TaRL, if it can be integrated really into all the educational systems, starting from the ministry to the tertiary to the higher educations, it will be great.
At some of the school, people are using TaRL skills in even teaching languages, and teaching other content subjects.
So the integration part of the government now is to work closely with the ED's office, PQA and NIET, and look at policies that can guide us in terms of integrating the program, making sure when we're expanding to the next regions, they benefit from the programs equally as the first regions. Let us inspire action. Let us invest in programs that bring quality education to our education system.
It is the most befitting educational program that would assist us to address the challenges that we have in Kunene.
TaRL have that potential to change the scenario around and also benefit the learners that have fallen behind.
Let us make sure that every single child is educated, not just educated, but gets the quality education they deserve.